The term, the fourth industrial revolution, has become a household name in Korea. Self-driving cars, artificial intelligence, and virtual reality are some of the names of the services the revolution will bring. These new services won't be realized without fast transmission of huge amounts of data. That's where the role of 5G technology comes in. With 5G telecommunication technology, 20 gigabytes of data can be transmitted in just 1 second, which is 20 times faster than the 4G or LTE technology we are currently using. This year, Korea will be the first country in the world where 5G telecommunication is commercially used. However, most smartphone users say that they do not feel the need for 5G. Many places in Korea have Wi-Fi access, so people don't depend on the data transmission. Also, as the current 4G telecommunication is fast enough, people don't feel inconvenienced when searching for information, listening to music, and even downloading a movie. Rather, it is pointed out that launching a commercial service earlier than other countries is great, but what's more important is to get ahead in all the areas related to the 5G industry. For example, China is thought to be ahead of us in 5G equipment. Korea is known to be an IT powerhouse, and Koreans are proud of that. But behind that accomplishment lies a reality that Korea is getting ahead in manufacturing devices, but falling behind in development of software, which can be a more value-added industry in the internet and smartphone era. Such an imbalance should not be repeated with 5G telecommunication. 5G technology is needed for the ever-increasing demand for data. Faster data fuels the computing for autonomous cars, UHD video, and virtual reality systems. So I said 5G technology is needed for the ever-increasing demand. So if something is ever-increasing, it keeps going, keeps increasing. It doesn't stop. So the demand is getting higher and higher, and there's no end in sight. And I said faster data fuels the computing for. So to fuel something, you put fuel in your car, but for example, money can fuel the economy. It can give it energy. So what we're saying is data fuels the computing for autonomous cars. So autonomous cars need a lot of data, so therefore need a lot of fuel. So we use fuel as a word. So I said autonomous cars, we use that expression, and we also use self-driving cars. And also we say UHD video. I think in Korea, you guys say 4K, or we say ultra high def and instead of ultra high definition. So UHD, high def, or ultra high def. With the rapid development of driverless cars, advanced display technology, and virtual reality, there needs to be a higher rate of data delivery. Only 5G can provide that speed. So I said the development of driverless cars and advanced display technology. Advanced display technology is everything related to television or screen technology. So UHD, 4K, and whatever comes next is all under the umbrella of the category advanced display technology. And then I said there needs to be a higher rate of data delivery. So, a rate is kind of a number on a scale. So right now there's a certain rate, but due to the demand, there needs to be a higher rate of data delivery. It means data has to get in there faster. Customers of telecom companies don't see the need for 5G. Users view it as an extra expense. So what that last part means, users view as an extra expense, means something that you have to spend money on, usually every month. So if you look at your phone bill, there's all these crazy little charges and taxes, but then the 5G, that'll be an extra charge, therefore an extra expense, something you have to pay for. As of now, there is little demand amongst the average cell phone user for 5G. It will just wind up costing them more every month. So just wind up doing something. That means in the end. So, in the end, it'll wind up costing you more. That means when every month you look at your bill, there'll be an extra charge or again, an extra expense. To wind up also means, let's say if you go to a new city, you got lost and you wound up by the river. It's kind of your final destination point. So to wind up somewhere or to wind up with something means when something happens at the end. Huawei's equipment may be used for spying on its users. Many countries around the world are avoiding using their technology. So I said Huawei's equipment may be used for spying on its users. So, we think about spies as government, workers from one country looking at the information on another. But you can spy on your children. You can spy on your neighbors. It's looking at someone kind of without their permission or without them knowing. So this equipment will be able to look at what you're doing or even be able to listen to you. Therefore, it's spying on you. Huawei is under suspicion for creating a 5G infrastructure that will allow the company to monitor and record everything that is being said on the network. Countries around the world are concerned about this and thus have chosen not to do business with them. So again, I said they're monitoring and recording everything that is being said on the network. So with their technology, there's a thought that they can record everything and see everything you type into your phone and then collect that data and then choose who to spy on. Korea will be on the forefront of 5G telecommunication. As the technology advances, so should the nation's telecom infrastructure. So I said Korea will be on the forefront of 5G telecommunication. To be on the forefront is to be in kind of the first, in the beginning, forward of everybody else. And I said, as the technology advances, so should the nation's telecom infrastructure. So we talk about infrastructure. It's not necessarily the smartphone, but it's the cell phone towers, it's the servers, it's the switching stations, the cable. Everything that supports people communicating with each other is the infrastructure. Korea will be a trailblazer with its launch of 5G technology. However, it is important to focus on 5G's foundation technologies such as servers, switching stations, and cables as well. So I said Korea will be a trailblazer with its launch of 5G. So in America in the 1800s, when Americans moved west, they had to move west on trails. There were no roads. There were kind of game trails or Native American trails. And to blaze over something is to go very fast. So we use now trailblazer as someone who does something first and is doing it very quickly. It's kind of very similar to a pioneer. The pioneers did go west, but the trailblazers means you're going very fast. So they're kind of synonymous. Thanks for downloading, guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.